Hey there! Today's tutorial is a mind bath of what if making presents all year round was actually a punishment for bad elves. Keep watching if you want to see this brain fart come to be. First we gotta make elf ears, so I go for the super easy masking tape and latex route, a la making a tape point around your ear and covering and blending it with latex. Then I didn't know exactly the base colour I wanted, if I wanted it mostly my skin tone or not, so I took green and black cream paints and I blended that around my face, heaviest where I'll contour later. Then I took Clown White from Ben Nye and made a grey to go in some of the highlight points. Then I quickly covered my ears in paint. They don't match quite yet, but just keep waiting for the paint to dry and adjusting as needed. Then I go heavier in the contour. And then I take grey and black and green eyeshadows to go even heavier with the contouring, because elf's cheekbones are generally pretty fire, plus we're going for the starved kind of sunken look here. I do grab more grey and white to add more highlight as I go. Then we contour our neck and chest just as crazy as our face. Follow your bones if you can, but I stuffed up a lot, so it doesn't really matter, dude. Just go crazy till your neck and chest match your face. I shaded and then I highlighted with the same white and blend to get this lovely grey skin tone. Now I accentuate the button of my nose to get it a little elfier. Think Who's from the Grinch. Then I add fluff tons of veins. These aren't super visible in the final look, so skip them if you want, but I wanted to keep some of the creep so this wasn't just a too depressing look of an abused elf. No, the elf has gotta deserve that treatment, otherwise Santa's just a bastard. Then, messy AF smoky eye. Go crazy and quick, and if you want to focus on anywhere, focus on around your eye socket so it looks even more sunken. Now I forgot to say my eyebrow edges were covered with glue, but I am using this covered edges so that I can make pointy up brows. I am especially using it on this side to make a scar in that eyebrow area. To accentuate that scar, I use a little white paint, and with that white paint I add scratch marks to the other side of my forehead, before shading around both of these scars with grey and black to bring it forward. Now to add a black eye and bruise, you don't need to use realistic skin tones for this. I fill my whole eye bag with purple eyeshadow and make a ring over my cheekbone in a splotchy fashion with that purple. Then using black and green, and to keep that inner part clear and break up the bruise, you can go back in with a light grey / white paint. I add black to even more accentuate this eye bag swollen area. To get this effect, I only accentuate the outer corners of this big bag and leave the center mostly unshaded. Now we're going to shade in some wrinkles, mostly frown and snarl lines for this. Make a face, see a wrinkle and fill it in. And I almost forgot to accentuate the temples, but they too will help keep this looking drawn. Now I add my collar to outline where the bruise would be from the elf, constantly straining against it. Make it larger than the collar so it shows, when the collar moves up and down, that the elf is straining against it from all angles. Same as we did for the cheek with the bruise texture, except here I'm only kind of leaving those tendons and my neck bones whitish rather than having a white clean area, because I don't know how bruises really work in this area. Then I fill my lips in with black eyeshadow and bring it down on one side. Then I make a duck butthole face and tap white paint and white eyeshadow over my lips to make them super chapped and dry looking. Then, so it does look like there is an edge to these lips, I shade around them. And to top it off, I add a split lip by adding a line of red to outline it, and outline this red streak with white, blend out the white, and shade around the white to bring it forward. Then I fill my waterlines with black, chuck on an elfie wig and hat, and I do my hand, much like my body, with a little latex stippling to make it even more gross and gnarly. And to bring the creep, I add some bloodshot white contacts, spiky lashes, and some polymorph teeth that were a little bit of a bitch to make, if we're being honest. And done! You are a walking, talking question on the ethics of Santa Claus. or a blatant mockery of the domestic abuse clause, which this wasn't what I was going for, but it bloody turned out that way, and if you feel that way too, I don't blame you, goddamn. I do not want to diminish that terrible and horrifying thing that is domestic abuse. This was just a kind of logical extension, weird thought pattern-y thing. But anyway, thanks for watching, stay classy peeps, and I'll see you soon.
The teeth are out. There was just too much slobber just building up, and I was going to do both hands, but I need a clean hand to get contacts in and out, so that's a lovely shot. This is what you want to see, isn't it?